Hi everyone, so today I'm going to suggest that you have a blanket and or a pillow handy for today's flow. So I'm going to do a really slow, relaxed, stretchy flow. So we're going to start finding a comfortable seat. You might want to sit up on a pillow to make it a little bit more comfortable for you. And just again, taking some nice deep breaths in through the nose and deep breaths out through the nose. Just putting all thoughts of the day to one side and focusing on our breath. And then when you're ready, we're going to slowly begin to wake up the body a little bit. So we're going to take some shoulder rolls going backwards. You can start these off small, and then you can build them to these really big, beautiful movements, feeling those shoulder blades moving on your back. And then some forward shoulder rolls as well. Going at whatever pace feels right for you. And then from here we're going to come into our tabletop position, so knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. And we're going to do some cat-cows, but cat-cows in a big circular motion. So as we come forward, we'll drop the belly, gaze to the sky, and as we come back, we'll arch and gaze to the belly button. So making these really nice big circular motions. Really, you're just moving in a way that feels right for you. And this can be as exaggerated or as small a movement as feels best. Just making sure to keep that core engaged throughout, so there's not pressure in the spine. And then when you're ready, make sure to reverse the motion as well. Going round in your circle in the other direction. Let's see if we can keep that nice deep breath going throughout this practice. And then slowly we'll begin to find our nice neutral tabletop position. So coming back to wrists over shoulders, knees over hips. Checking in that we're gripping nicely through the fingers, and then we'll shift the weight just purely into the right leg and begin to draw little circles with the left knee. So beginning to get some motion into the hip, and then making those circles bigger, trying to draw as big a circle as you can with your knee. So we'll be going in one direction and then reverse that direction, nice big circles in the other direction. Making sure we're not collapsing through the wrists and we haven't locked out through the elbows, so keeping just a little bend in the elbows. Now coming onto the other side, so weight's going into the left leg, and we'll draw little circles with the knee on the right leg. And then making those circles bigger, really trying to get the full motion of that hip joint. Again, core is staying engaged, and then when you're ready, reversing that circle. And then slowly bring that knee back down to the ground, and we're going to come into our poppy posture. So from our tabletop, we'll be walking the hands forward about a foot, and we'll take an inhale, and on an exhale, the chest is going to begin to drop down towards the floor. So if this is a little bit too deep a stretch for you, you can always use a blanket or a pillow that I suggested to have under your chest, so your chest is just a little bit lifted, but this still allows you to relax into the posture. So you can trial that out if that's right for you, and then settle into the posture here. So taking nice deep breaths, allowing yourself just to sink your chest into the ground. Feeling this is a nice stretch for the shoulders. And if you feel like you could go a little bit deeper into the stretch, you can come up onto the fingertips of the hands, which will just make it a little bit of a more intense stretch in the shoulders, so that's always an option for anyone. And we'll have a few more breaths here. So slowly walking those hands back into our tabletop as we come out of this puppy posture, and we'll spread the fingertips wide, grip through the fingers, curl through the toes, and send those hips up and back for our downward facing dog. You can have a little pedal out of the feet here, and then when you're ready, we'll be starting with the right leg. The right leg's going to come, step right in between the hands, and then we can lower the left knee and uncurl the left toe. Checking through the foundation that right hip's pulling back, and then with nice strong legs we're going to come up to our low lunge here. So hands can just be resting on the thigh, coming up nice and tall. Just taking this time to sink down, making sure that the knee is either in line with the heel and it's not coming too far forward. If you find that it does, you can just walk your left knee back slightly until you find a nice stretch. And again, coming back, focusing on the breath. So we'll take a nice big inhale here, exhale, plant the palms and lift that back knee. And then we'll walk the right hand to the inside of the feet and walk that right foot out so it's on the outside of the mat. So we'll be in our lizard pose here. So you can stay up on your hands or you can come down onto your elbows for a deeper stretch, or if you're somewhere in the middle you can always use your props to help lift your elbows. So it's really up to you, finding whichever variation is going to be the right stretch level for you today. So wherever you are, I want to be focusing on those nice deep inhales, and every exhale allowing yourself to soften and come deeper into that stretch. There's also always the option to put the back knee down if you want a slightly more passive version. Then when you're ready, we're going to slowly walk that foot back into center, so right hand is foot's in between the hands, and then when you're ready, stepping it back to our downward facing dog. Again, you can have a little pedal out of the feet if that feels right, and then we'll move on to the left side. So left foot this time is going to step in between the palms. You can drop the back knee, making sure that left hip is pulling back, and we'll come up to our low lunge once again. Again, checking in that that front knee hasn't come too far forward over the toes. And again, nice deep breaths every exhale. See if you can sink those hips a little lower to the floor. Have a nice big inhale here. Exhale, plant the palms. Again, left hand's coming on the inside of the left leg, left foot walking out to the outside edge of the mat, and you can lift that back leg. So we're coming back into our lizard. Again, you have the same options as before, coming down onto the elbows or using some props. But wherever you are, settle into this posture. Nice deep breaths. Try and keep length in the spine here and allowing the hips to slowly sink down. It's really tempting to fidget in this posture, but I recommend trying to find stillness when possible. And when you're ready, walking that foot back into center and stepping back to downward facing dog. So from here, we're going to come into pigeon. So right leg's going to lift up and the right knee is going to come up towards the right hand. Now the right foot can be out where the left hand was. The further it is away from the body, the deeper the stretch is going to be. And you can walk it in towards the body for a less intense stretch. Also, if your hips aren't on the ground, then you can use a blanket or a pillow just to help prop yourself up. So inhaling to sit up nice and tall, and exhale, walking those hands forward and coming into this reclined posture here. And we'll just be here for several breaths. So take this opportunity again to bring the focus back to these nice deep breaths. Obviously, if this ever becomes too intense, please do come out of the posture. See if you can sit with it for one breath before you do. Right, very slowly, whenever you're ready, making your way back up, hands walking into the body. We're going to plant the palms down, curl the back toe, and stepping it back to our downward facing dog. And then we'll come into the other side, so left leg's lifting up, left knee to left hand. And again, finding the variation that's going to suit you, with the heel as far away or close to the torso, and if you need any props as well. So sitting up nice and tall, finding this comfortable position, and on your next exhale, if it feels right, making your way down, walking those hands forward. And again, really relaxing down into the ground here. Every exhale, getting that sensation of sinking into your mat. And again, whenever you're ready, slowly making your way back up, walking the hands into the body, planting the hands down on the ground, curling the back toe, and stepping it back to downward facing dog. So from here, we're going to roll forward, coming into our plank, shift the weight forward, and you can either knees, chest, chin, or just lower yourself down to the belly. So from here, I want you to spread your feet about hips distance apart, grounding the pubic bone down to the ground, and taking the hands out past, wider than the mat, fingertips, elbows nice and high. And on an inhale, we're going to peel the spine up into our cobra, gaze to the sky, making sure the core is staying engaged here. Taking a nice deep breath, deep inhales and deep exhales here. So one more deep inhale, and then on your next exhale, slowly lowering down. Now you can keep the hands where they are, or you can walk them slightly further back so they're in line with the shoulders. This will bring you up slightly higher, so more of an intense stretch. Again, elbows nice and high. Inhale to peel up, gaze comes up last. And we'll just stay here for a few breaths. Again, please do keep your core engaged. Have that pubic bone pressing down into the mat, and shoulders nice and relaxed. We don't want them hunched up by the ears. And next exhale, lowering all the way back down. So we come to a little shoulder stretch here. So taking the left hand out wide, out to a T. Right hand is just going to come by the shoulder. Inhaling here, and exhale, I want you to roll onto your left hand side. So feet can stay together, or if that's not intense enough of a stretch, the top, so right leg, can reach back and plant that foot on the ground. So this can be a very intense shoulder stretch for you. So if you're going too far, just pull it back a little until you find your appropriate edge. And we'll be taking nice deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, slowly coming out of the posture, so rolling back onto your belly, and we'll come onto the other side. So this time, left hand's going to come by the shoulder, right hand's going to be out to a T, and slowly rolling onto the right hand side. Again, the option for the left leg to come back behind you and plant down for a more intense stretch is there. And again, deep inhales and exhales as you come a little bit deeper into this shoulder stretch. And then when you're ready, again, rolling back onto the belly. And from here, we're going to make our way onto our back. So just coming over, so we're lying on our backs, legs stretched out. And then the right leg's going to lift up and come in, nice bent knee. Right hand's going to come to the outside of the right foot as we come into this half happy baby posture. So Knee is making its way into the armpit, heel is pressing up to the sky, but your hand is keeping it pulled in. And then putting that leg down and coming into it on the other side. So left hand to the outside of the left foot, the heel coming in towards the armpit. Sorry, the knee coming into the armpit and the heel pressing up to the sky. Nice deep breaths here. And when you're ready, on an exhale, releasing. So we'll come to our full happy baby now. So both feet are going to come in, hands to the outsides of the feet, heels pressing up to the sky, knees in towards the armpits. And if it feels right for you, you can take a little movement side to side here, a little gentle rock. And then if you have been moving, just slowly coming back to stillness. And then we'll release the grip on the feet, keeping the knees in. And we'll just give ourselves a little hug here. And the next exhale, you can release the feet back down. And if you've got your pillow and blanket handy, I'm going to suggest that you grab the pillow for your head and spread yourself out the blanket. Get nice and cozy, and we'll have a really relaxing Shavasana here. So getting yourself settled, so legs are just wide than hip distance apart, hands are down by the sides, relaxing all the tension away from the neck and the shoulders, allowing ourselves to sink into the mat. And once again, coming back to the breath. So deep inhales, feeling your belly expand, and nice long exhales. This is where I'm going to leave you today. So of course you're welcome to stay in this relaxation posture for as long as you like, and hopefully I will see you all soon. Namaste.